Alright guys, today we're gonna do spark plugs. Forgive me if the lighting isn't the best. I'm kinda doing this like late in the evening and pretty much just trying to fight for whatever daylight I can at the moment. If it starts getting too dark, I will obviously get a light out here, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start by taking off this cover right here. It's held on by 4 hex bolts, and the size for that's going to be a 5. So I'll come back to you guys once I got that cover off. Got those bolts out, so it's going to be one there, one in the back right there, another one over here, and one right there, and the cover should just lift up just like that. Okay, set that aside. Alright, so now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna disconnect instead of taking the throttle bodies off, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the charge pipes, and we're just gonna undo these worm clamps right here. I believe they're 8mm. So correction, it was actually 7mm. So I got both sides undone. So literally all you do is just wiggle it out and it'll literally just pop out just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on the other side. Now that both sides are taken off of the throttle body, next thing we're gonna do is this line that goes off to your blow off valves. So normally it's supposed to obviously have like a worm clamp here. For some reason these are held on by zip ties. So what you're gonna want to do, obviously in your scenario you're probably gonna have clamps. You're just gonna undo that clamp. Unfortunately I don't have it, so I don't know what the size is, but I'm gonna take a guess and say it's probably gonna be the same as that one. So expect either a 7 or an 8mm on that one. So what I'm gonna do is just cut these zip ties off, and you're gonna want to separate from that the intake manifold. So do the same thing on both sides, and we're ready for the next thing from there. So give me 1 second. So just take it off right there. It's straightforward, just literally pull it off. Let me show you on this side. That easy, literally just twist it right off. All right, so now the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and undo some of these vacuum lines in the back. So in this instance, we got, well, first we got to disconnect the plug right here from the throttle body. We got that one vacuum line right there. We got this one back here. There is another little one down there, and we have in the back we got another one right there. There's also this that you just gotta push down on that and it'll literally pop right off. So now that that's, I've got the plug disconnected right here. That vacuum line, the first one's undone. That second one on the bottom is undone. That top one's undone. For this plug, like I said, you literally just get like a little flat head, stick it in there, and you just pull up. So I've already done it. So it should just pop off. There we go. Got that off. Now it is time to take this back one off right here. Sorry guys, I'm doing my best here with one hand. Okay, so now that that's undone, there we go. All right, so now we are gonna come over to the other side, and pretty much same thing. We're gonna disconnect the plug from the throttle body. We have this vacuum line right here that's right behind the throttle body. We got this sensor right here that we're gonna disconnect, and the intake manifold is pretty much ready to go from there. We just got a few more bolts in the center, but we'll come back to those. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out. And then, hey, real quick, this is the next day. The video got corrupted, but this right here, this 10 mil and this 10 mil right there, those got to come off, and this clamp right here too. Let's see. Yeah, so it's just right there. Okay, back out. There we go. All right, guys, so got the intake manifold off. You definitely want to make sure you got some tape to cover these ports up, because otherwise debris can get in there. Okay, so as you can see, I just taped off the center portion right there so no debris or anything can fall in. I did change or do something extra. So this is the evap line right here that we moved towards us. So what I went ahead and did was this line right here. So that line connects on this side. Literally just pinch that clamp and just pull it off. That way you could literally get it out the way and don't struggle as much as I did taking the intake manifold off. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the ignition coils, or the coil packs. So here they are. There's one right there, 2, and then 3. Can't really see it too well, but it's right there. Then on the other side, we've got 1, 2. Oh, sorry. You got. Sorry, I'm trying to look through the camera. You got 1, 2 right there, and then 3 back there. Okay, so they're held on by some 10mm bolts. So go ahead and take those off. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and just unplug all the connectors from them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Took all the 10mm bolts out of all the coils and undid all the connectors right there. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and just pull these ignition coils out. I had already gone ahead and pulled out the furthest away from the closest from the passenger side. I believe this is cylinder number 1. Coil looks okay, nothing really sticks out. So for that, for the spark plug, you're gonna need a 14mm spark plug socket, and that'll get it out no problem. The way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna do one spark plug at a time. So I don't have the luxury of a garage at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is pretty much pull one coil, one plug, replace it, put it back. If you do have a garage, by all means, you could take them all out and replace them all at the same time, but that's just how I'm gonna do things. So let me go ahead and take the spark plug out. Hey, real quick, guys, before I continue. So I've just got the first spark plug just snugged in right now. So what you're gonna want to do with that is you're just gonna obviously want to start it by hand and get your either inch-pound torque wrench or your foot-pound torque wrench, whichever one gets you to the correct amount. So if you have a foot-pound torque wrench, you're gonna want to do 14 foot-pounds for the spark plugs. That also translates to 168 inch-pounds if you by chance don't happen to have foot-pounds one. So you're gonna go ahead and tighten these to 14 foot-pounds or 168 inch-pounds. That's all the spark plugs all the way around. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, I've got all the coil packs and new spark plugs installed. See, they're all connected right there. When it comes to the coil packs, you don't really have to torque them down to spec. I mean, if you do, the torque spec is 68 inch-pounds, but you don't have to. You could just snug them up. It's not really, nothing crazy is gonna happen if you don't do that. Unfortunately, due to my lighting situation, I think the best bet from here is I'm gonna go ahead and just put the intake manifold on and then just pretty much pick up from there, because unfortunately I can't get a really good camera angle for you guys of me putting it back in. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Pretty much you're just gonna make sure that all this stuff is out of the way. You don't want no hoses or connectors or anything in the way. So you want to go ahead and pretty much just make sure that it's going on as straight as possible, and it should pretty much just fall into place. If anything, you might have to pick up some of these charge pipes on the side to make sure the throttle body lands in them pretty much. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Here we go, guys. Intake manifold's back on. So you would use the same sequence that we did for taking it off. You're going to do that same thing for putting it back on. The torque spec for this is going to be either 9 foot-pounds or 108 inch-pounds. So you would literally, sorry guys, I know it's a little difficult to see right now. You would start off in the center and you would literally go in a star pattern. So start from the center and then work your way out in both directions at the same time. So now that that's done, now what we're gonna do is go ahead and make sure that everything else is hooked up. There's that line I disconnected right there. So let me go ahead and grab the 2 little bolts that we're gonna need for that, which are right here. So go ahead, just put those on. I'm not really too sure what the torque spec is for this. I mean, it's literally all you got to do is just snug it up. Nothing crazy. There we go. And then we're just gonna go ahead and hook up. Oh, sorry, I confused the line right there. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up our line right here. Push that on. Okay, so we got the front connected. Now we are gonna go over to the side and we are gonna go ahead and connect our throttle body right here. Snaps into place. And then right here we've got a mess of lines. There we go. Just trying to get the ones we need out of here. Okay, so for this, I mean, it's a little bit of, you know, common sense. Like whichever bend the lines naturally got, then you're gonna want to follow it. So here's that very first one behind the throttle body. There we go, that's on there. And then our little hidden line is underneath. Here we got that little hidden vacuum line between the 2 bigger ones. So you're gonna want to push that one on there. And then we got our beefy line right here. Just gonna want to push that one up all the way, and then just get yourself your pliers, and I'm gonna go ahead and move that back to its original location. There we go. Okay, so now back here we have got that connector that was showing you guys earlier. So real quick, we're gonna grab the line that goes onto there, which is back here. Oh, I kind of goofed a little bit. It's supposed to go underneath this part of the manifold. So I gotta push it down and under. Almost got it. Okay, here we go. So now that that line's on there, gonna want to put that back in its original place. You're gonna, this little plug that we pushed in earlier, just gonna come right up and over like so. Just push down, you'll hear it snap into place. And we're gonna go to the other side. And pretty much same thing. We got the, sorry, I know it's a little difficult to see. We've got the throttle body plug right here on the other side. Just gonna go ahead and snap that in. We got our sensor right here. Go ahead and plug that in. And we got our little vacuum line behind the throttle body on this side. So just go ahead, push that one in, and there we go. So now the only thing that's left is your blow off valves. Just go ahead, connect it. I gotta rework this because mine have zip ties, so you would just rework that. I'm sorry, you would just hook yours back up there. Make sure your throttle body is in there all the way properly on both sides. Go ahead, tighten those up, and yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to spark plugs. Obviously you put the cover back on, the black cover that goes on top of the intake manifold, and that would be it. I'm pretty much done. So again, I apologize for the questionable lighting. Again, I'm trying to get as much quality content as I can with the current equipment setup that I have. I'm trying to make things work as best as I can for you guys. If this is the kind of stuff that you enjoy, by all means, like, I'm open to any suggestions or, you know, any kind of feedback, anything like that that will, you know, help me improve the channel, and it'll pretty much tell me what you guys would want to see more of. If it's like just maintenance stuff or just me vlogging or getting some clips of the car or anything like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, and also hope to see you all in the next video.